Hello, you beautiful souls, and welcome to the weekend's card guidance. We are looking at Saturday the 2nd and Sunday the 3rd of Sacred September, the month where we're taking that decisive action towards who and what is sacred to us. And we've talked a lot about taking responsibility for your happiness, expanding your horizons, grasping or holding on to or embracing those once in a blue moon moments, knowing that you are destined for greatness. You were not put on this earth to settle or be mediocre. You're here to do great things and to spring into action, to grow and glow. And for those across the globe that are not heading into spring, know that the universal energies are the same. It's just a play on words. You're still being asked to leap into action, to take decisive action towards who or what is sacred to you. And that includes all of your relationships, including the one with the universe, the divine, the higher source, whatever label you give that. So for the weekend, I thought I would get a message from the universe. These are all beautiful photos of our galaxy, of the galaxies that are out there, of all the beauty and wonder that the universe has to offer. So let's see what message we have from them today. And I would love you to help me send out beautiful vibes to the universe today. We have our first open house here today. So we're trusting that the right buyer will walk through and give us an offer. But I guess I'm asking all of you beautiful souls to help that come through. So put a house emoji or a house gif or a sold or something in the comments for me, just to give the universe an extra little nudge. That would be amazing. Get a couple more, please. That first card, before I read the actual message, the first card is Bumpy Road. And all I'm hearing is the universe gives you the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs, the bumps in the road, so that you can appreciate the highs. Because if everything was fantastic all of the time, you would get complacent. So it gives you those lows, those downs, those valleys, so that you can appreciate the highs, the ups and the peaks. So life is designed to be a bumpy road. And even if you think about the ocean, if we're going with the flow or the water or a river, it's not very often it's dead flat and calm. There's always a little bit of a bump in it. So it's the natural design of life. And the universe is saying, I give you that bumpy road so that you can appreciate the ups. I'll get one more, please. Oh, that's interesting. This doesn't even belong in this deck. But we're going to keep it out because I don't know why it's in there, but we're going to keep it. If there's no accidents or coincidences or mistakes, they're all signs, and yeah, that's in there for a reason. Okay. So the first card that we received is Bumpy Road, Bumpy Ride. Don't be afraid to make a change. Regardless of how hard you perceive it to be, it can be fun if you allow it and let go of the resistance to it. So as I was saying, water will always find a way. Even when it comes up against resistance, it will build its strength and build its strength and build its strength until it finds another way. And that's what you're being asked to do, to let go of the resistance and trust in the flow, to trust that, yeah, sometimes it's a bumpy ride, but all you need to do is rise above it. Rise above the fear that if I'm not going the pace I think I should be going, then I'm not getting there. You are. You will gain clarity on any situation when you can see it from a higher perspective. As you come up against resistance, pause. Allow yourself to gather strength, to gather knowledge, to gather insight. Or if we're still using the water analogy, allow your level to rise so that you can see above that resistance and find another way around or over. It's time to go within and discover your true feelings. September energies are offering this sacred space for us to gather our energy and realign with our true essence, our authentic self. So don't be afraid to go within in those moments where the ride's a little bit bumpy and you're needing to gather that momentum to up level so that you can rise above, so that you can see over. Go within. You have all that you need within. And reevaluation. It's time to reevaluate your present circumstances and begin to make changes where changes are needed. So that you're not, I always say the universe will continually bring us what is meant for us. So if it's a blessing, it will come back around. But if it's a lesson, it will also come back around. So if you are asking yourself, why am I always attracting this type of person? It's because you haven't learned your lesson. As soon as you learn the lesson on seeing the red flags about that person or seeing the blessing of that person, then that will move. I hope that makes sense. And then lastly, collective consciousness. You may be feeling overwhelmed by all of the energetic shifts, because I keep saying there's this collective shift. We're all going through this spiritual awakening, but not necessarily like, oh, I've seen the light. It's just realizing that there's more to life than this material world. Realizing that we all have our intuition, realizing that we can all go within and listen to that inner voice. So it's time to focus on peace and love for all so that you don't feel overwhelmed by these energetic shifts, because we are all gaining this momentum here. We are all going through this bumpy ride, and when it gets too bumpy, go within and reevaluate, pause, reevaluate. And now I'm seeing a whirlpool with the water as it builds momentum. It comes up against a rock or a wall, and it will actually get stopped, but it doesn't just stop. It starts doing this and builds and builds until it can make its way out. So go within and build and build and build, and then come out. Rise above, because we are all going through this. So the more you can rise above, the more you help others to rise above. And the card that was in here that shouldn't be in here is the card of lighten up. Don't take life too seriously. Lighten up and understand that even the moon has a dark side. We all have our light and our shadow. We all have our ups and our downs. It's a part of the bumpy ride, or as I read it at first, and like I said, there's no mistakes. It's all part of the bumpy road that is called life. So you can appreciate the ups by experiencing the downs. Okay, have an amazing weekend. We also do have on September 3rd, the planet Venus, the planet of beauty, love and relationships, goes direct. So anything you've been evaluating, reevaluating around beauty, love and relationships has given us all this renewed sense of self-worth and heartfelt connection to ourselves, and therefore heartfelt connection to all of our relationships. Seeing the world, what was it? It's time to focus on peace and love for all. And Venus going direct is helping us to do that as well. Like I said, I would love a house, a sold emoji, GIF, whatever you get creative. Get creative, and let's sell this house so I can move on to the next chapter. It has already been a bumpy road, trust me. All right, have an amazing weekend, guys. So much healing, love, and laughter. Your intuitive life coach, Tracy. You've got this. I've got you, and the universe has got us. 2023. No limits to what you can have, do, or be.